If you feel like you can't focus anymore, it might not be because you're lazy, and it might not be because your brain is broken. It might be because your attention has been trained to switch. All day, your brain is being pulled from one thing to another. A notification, a message, a short video, a new tab, a random thought, a song, a snack, another app, another tiny hit of novelty. Then, when it is time to sit down and do one thing for 30 minutes, your brain starts looking for the exit. You open your laptop and suddenly remember 5 unrelated things. You start reading and your hand reaches for your phone. You clean for 3 minutes, then check a message. You try to study, but every paragraph feels like a wall. So you tell yourself, I have no discipline. But the truth may be simpler than that. Your focus is not gone. It is just out of shape. And today, I'm going to show you how to start rebuilding it. Most people talk about focus like it is something you either have or you do not have. Some people are focused, some people are distracted. Some people are disciplined, some people are not. But focus is not just a personality trait. Focus is a trained state. It is the ability to keep your attention pointed at one target long enough for progress to happen. That means focus has 2 enemies. The first enemy is distraction. The second enemy is switching. Distraction is obvious. A notification pops up. A video starts playing. Someone interrupts you. Switching is quieter. Switching is what happens when you keep jumping between tasks and forcing your brain to reload a new context over and over. You are writing, then checking your phone. You are working, then checking email. You are watching a lesson, then opening another tab. You are cleaning, then replying to a message. Each switch feels small, but small switches stack. The American Psychological Association explains that even brief task switching costs can add up, and multitasking can make tasks take longer and involve more errors. So when you say, "Why can't I focus?" a better question might be, how many times did I make my brain switch today? Here's the hidden problem. If you interrupt yourself enough times, your brain starts expecting interruption. Then, even when nothing interrupts you, you interrupt yourself. You check your phone without a notification. You open an app without knowing why. You click away from work the moment it gets boring. Not because you are weak, because your attention has learned that boredom means switch. This is why focus feels harder after a long period of heavy scrolling. Your brain gets used to constant novelty. New face, new sound, new opinion, new joke, new problem, new reward. Then normal life feels too slow. A book does not change every 3 seconds. A workout does not entertain you instantly. A project does not give you a reward every swipe. So the task itself is not always the problem. The speed of your recent inputs is the problem. Research on smartphones and cognition has found that phones can disrupt focus attention, including through notifications and task-unrelated phone use, even when the person is trying to ignore them. That does not mean your phone is evil. It means it is powerful. And if you don't design rules for it, it will design rules for you. There's another reason your focus feels bad. You may not be tired because you did too much deep work. You may be tired because you did too much shallow switching. Deep work is tiring, but it is clean. You pick one thing, you stay with it, and your energy moves in one direction. Shallow switching is different. You keep restarting. You keep reorienting. You keep remembering what you were doing. You keep dragging your brain back from small distractions. At the end of the day, you feel exhausted,
but you also feel like you did not really accomplish much. That is one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. Busy all day, tired at night, still behind. The solution is not to shame yourself. The solution is to reduce the number of times your brain has to switch. Focus is also harder when your sleep is bad. If you slept poorly, your brain has less energy to direct attention, ignore distractions, and make good decisions. The CDC says getting enough sleep can improve attention and memory for daily activities. This is why trying to fix focus only with productivity hacks can fail. You can have the perfect app, the perfect planner, the perfect desk setup. But if you are underslept, overstimulated, and constantly switching, focus will still feel harder than it needs to be. So the goal is not to become a robot. The goal is to make focus easier by changing the conditions around it. Here is a simple reset you can try today. Step 1. Remove the closest distraction. Not all distractions, just the closest one. For most people, that is the phone. Put it in another room. Put it across the room. Turn on Do Not Disturb. Put it face down. Make it slightly annoying to reach. Cleveland Clinic recommends removing unnecessary distractions, including keeping the phone in another room or using silent or Do Not Disturb mode when trying to focus. Do not rely on self-control when the distraction is 1 inch away. Change the distance. Step 2. Use a short focus window. Do not start with 4 hours of deep work. Start with 25 minutes. 1 task, 1 timer, no switching. If 25 minutes feels too long, start with 10. Your first goal is not maximum output. Your first goal is proving that you can stay with one thing without escaping. Step 3. Write the target before you start. Most people sit down and say, "I need to be productive." That is too vague. Your brain needs a target. Write 1 sentence. For the next 25 minutes, I am only doing this. Then name the task. I am only writing the intro. I am only cleaning this desk. I am only reading 5 pages. I am only doing this workout. Focus gets easier when the target is clear. Step 4. Make boredom part of the training. At some point during the focus window, you will want to switch. That moment is the workout. Do not panic. Do not call yourself lazy. Do not negotiate with the urge. Just notice it. Your brain says, "Check your phone." You say, "Not yet." Your brain says, "Open another tab." You say, "Not yet." Your brain says, "This is boring." You say, "That is fine." You are not trying to feel focused first. You are practicing staying. Step 5. Take a real break. When the timer ends, take a break that actually restores your attention. Stand up, walk, drink water, stretch, look outside. Do not reward a focus block with 10 minutes of chaotic scrolling. That trains your brain to sprint through focus just to get back to stimulation. Instead, give your brain a calmer reward. You are teaching it that focus is safe, boredom is survivable, and slow progress feels good. The rule is simple. Focus returns when switching decreases. If you want more focus, reduce the number of open loops. 1 screen. 1 task. 1 timer. 1 clear target. 1 real break. Do that once today. Then do it again tomorrow. You do not need to become a productivity machine. You need to rebuild trust with your own attention. Because if you can focus for 10 minutes, you can focus for 20. If you can focus for 20, you can focus for 40. And if you can protect your attention every day, even for a small window, you can start rebuilding your life in a way that actually lasts. Your focus is not gone, it has just been trained by the modern world. And anything trained can be retrained. So today, try the reset. Move the phone away. Pick one task. Set one short timer. Stay through the boredom. Take a real break. That is how you start getting your mind back into a prime state. Subscribe to Prime State for simple habits that help you build energy, discipline, focus, and confidence. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. If you are dealing with ADHD, depression, anxiety, sleep disorders, addiction, or any medical concern, talk to a qualified healthcare professional.